Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better for you. Today we're trying to find more people that can actually use the Nautilus Relic, as it's one that's a little bit more niche, so we're trying it here on Elise. Let's jump right into it. First we're going with the Voidborn Carapace, Evolve, and when any unit dies, grant me its keywords. Then we're going for Treasures of the Deep, Deep, and MSC Monster. When I'm summoned, if you aren't deep, toss equal to my cost. And then Dreams of Yordles for the Spirit and Impact. So we're trying to stack up a bunch of keywords, and also getting keywords that are giving us stats. So Spirit, essentially giving you 1/1. The Deep, if you have 15 or fewer cards, you get 3/3. And then the Evolve, if you can hit those 6 or more unique keywords, you get an extra 2/2. Now we're putting this all together because of her star powers. So your 3-star, when allies attack, grant allied spiderlings everywhere 1 power, and the positive keywords of all champions. So we're trying to buff up our spiderlings as much as possible. And then if a unit dies, summon a spiderling at round end. So again, for the point of the build, we're trying to attack, give our spiderlings this Evolve, Deep, and then Spirit and Impact. So they're going to get the extra stats from Spirit and Impact. And then if we can hopefully get below the 15 cards, which we're going to try to cut as much as we can, then they're also going to get a 3/3 from this. And then the Evolve, which should be able to trigger very quickly, they're going to get a extra 2/2 from this. We're trying to just buff up our units as much as possible. Should be pretty interesting. Now, if you want to check out a community with a bunch of like-minded gamers that are all in love with this game, there's a link to our Discord down below, and let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, I think for this one, we're going to actually try to go up against Fizz. Now, he's a 4.5, and the Nightmare can be pretty annoying, but there's a great modifier for you. The Surging Tides, all players refill their spell mana, and they draw a spell if able. So this is going to be really good, giving us some extra draw, so we can try to get less than 15 cards in our deck. At least that's the plan, but Fizz can be pretty tough. Let's see if we can do it. First power time, let's see what we can get. Your units have Evolved. We kind of already have that, so that's not really helping us too much, or at least the units we care about the most are going to have the Evolve. Summon 2 Vanguard Lookouts, 2 blockers right away. Not too bad. I mean, we are already trying to go for Evolves. This would just help out all of our units, not just our Spiderlings. So that could be okay. But I think we'll actually go for the Vanguard Lookouts just so we can have 2 blockers. Also, if they die, they can then trigger our 2nd star power to give us more Spiderlings. So sure, let's go ahead and grab that one right here. And let's go for Crackshot Corsair. All right, so we know that our Elise is currently our only champion, so we're guaranteed to draw her. All right, let's go ahead and drop her here.
In the shadow.
And at least they're not big enough to cause us too many problems yet. Let's go ahead and attack like this, and let's see how they block.
We could use a bite.
All right, so let's go right here. We want to give this a Mark of the Isles to kill their Crackshot Corsair, and we also want to have one of these units die, so we can go for a Crawling Sensation and get even more spiders.
One way or another.
All right, perfect. So we really just need to hold out for this round, and then we'll be able to do a ton of damage. Also, we hit deep, so yeah, all of our spiderlings are pretty big. Let's... I think that's actually, I was going to say stun the Crackshot Corsair, but their effect goes off even if the enemy, even if they're not attacking. Let's pass.
Bullet to the face.
I was going to block with some of our other units, but we might as well just kill all of theirs. All right, let's drop one more spiderling here. And then this is going to be a awesome attack. Now, we were able to hit the deep pretty easily. This is going to be a lot harder the further we go on, because we're going to get more and more cards. So we're going to need to cut as much as we can. All right, that's pretty awesome. GG. All right, so first round seemed pretty good. Round start, all players draw 1. Getting some more draws so we can try to hit deep isn't bad, but the issue is taking up board space is pretty rough for us. Kill an ally to kill an enemy. All these are kind of crappy for us because that was taking up board space, and they're all pretty expensive. I think we'll go for the Henchman, but we're probably just going to... It's one of the first cards we're probably going to cut. Let's go here for Support Champion. Let's see what we can get. Ezreal's not too bad, because we definitely don't want the Grifter's deck. Being able to get someone that has spells means there are more targets to be drawn out of our deck, helping us get through this a little bit faster. So I think we'll go for Ezreal. Also, if we play him, we get that elusive for our Spiderlings. Let's see. Monastery. I think Monastery lets us cut a card, although, oof. Zap Sprayfin is just so terrible. He's the worst. Kelp Maidens. I think every time I go up top, I regret it because this is just like the worst route. So this might just completely end the run, but we'll try to go up top. But yeah, they always have a better item, but Zap is just always the worst. Alrighty, let's see. I think let's get rid of these 3. Static Shock can be nice for the extra draw. All right, perfect. We got our Elise. That's going to be pretty big. So we'll try to drop her here. That is not the best. Yeah, this is why Sprayfin is the worst. It's just so many giant units right away. So we will attack with her. She'll die. But we're going to get a Spiderling here, and then we'll get another Spiderling, and then we need to just give our Spiderlings these keywords. So, kind of have to do it. And killing one of their Longtooth is solid. Alright, so we now got that deep. Oh, that's... Oh, it's so bad. It's so many units. So that's a lot of overwhelm units. So we could stun one of them, or we could stun the Sprayfin. All of it is pretty bad. Give enemies -1 power this round. Not terrible, but we'll at least be able to block and try to kill some of the Sprayfins. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and stun the Elusive, because we won't be able to block that at all. That kind of sucks that they're taking our one Spell Slinger and dragging it aside, but we'll go ahead and try to kill and reduce down this damage as much as we can. The one good thing is when we have a unit die, we get a Spiderling back, so at least there's that. Alright, so we're going to try to go for Ezreal. Also, the fact that they take our spell mana is also annoying. So this will be good for giving all of our Spiderlings that elusive. So let's go ahead and attack like this. Ooh. Them stealing our cards is not good. We don't have that many cards to work with. Alright, I think we might go ahead and drop a Frenzied Skitterer just to try to reduce down all of their damage. If we drop this, we don't really have enough to play anything else. Like, I mean, we're kind of at an awkward mana break point where we can only really play one card. But I think reducing down all of their units will be probably the best thing we can do at the moment. Yeah, Zap is always the worst. Oh, man. Alright, killing that one, which isn't bad, and I suppose we'll block this one since we can kill it as well. Also, the bad thing is our mana is just going to be completely wasted because any extra mana they just steal. They steal all of our spell mana. Alright, let's go ahead and drop Brood Awakening. This will be pretty good for getting a bunch of spiders. They'll all be buffed up. And then this will be a solid amount of damage. We actually might be able to do it, though, and kill Sprayfin. All right. GG. Oh, Sprayfin's the worst. So that actually showed how strong this build actually is, surprisingly. Now, Elise has a lot of strong builds. I'm not saying this is definitely the strongest at all, but the fact that we were able to kill Sprayfin, and we only had our Elise for, like, one attack, and then she died, that's pretty solid. I think we'll go for Rummage. This can be good for just drawing a bunch of cards to, again, reduce down the chance we're going to get... it increases our chance of hitting deep, which will be quite nice. And the Hextech Fabricator is good. Chronicle of Ruin's not bad, especially since we draw at the start of the game, but I think we'll go for the Rummage. Alright, Monastery. Please give us a good selection to cut. Of course, those are 3 of the cards we want to keep. Try one more. I think we'll actually get rid of the Static Shock. It is a spell, but we do have a lot of spells, and It's only doing 1 damage, which isn't really enough. It does have draw, which is nice, but I think we'll get rid of it. Some of these others, like the stun, could be a little bit more impactful. That's the one bad thing about the monasteries. You can't necessarily choose your card. All right, Slotbot or Shop. Probably go with Shop. Let's try to go for Smooth Soloist. I'm actually... don't know if I've gone against this one before. I'm not sure what they do. Let's get rid of True Shot, but we can hold on to the rest. Honestly, having too many spells in the opening hand, like, it's not the best since you're drawing so many spells later. Let's try to drop our Elise. It's always a little worrying dropping your champion first thing. You don't want them to just immediately die. We could wait and try to give this to our Spiderlings. Sure, let's attack and see how they block. Okay, I thought they were going to block there. We probably don't want to give both copies. Let's do a rummage, though. We want to be using up our spell mana, and this way we hit our deep. We were trying to save that to kind of surprise the enemy, but oh well. We do have to be careful not to run out of cards, though. All right, that card's pretty scary. Let's go ahead and go for the Spell Slinger to stun that. We have a lot of units. Bow summons a unit, grant their strongest unit 3 power. Yeah, glad that one is stunned. So right now we're just waiting to see how they attack. Alright, so that's fine. We can kill a couple of these. Let's actually go and use our mark. We want some of these units to die just to kind of open up our board a little bit more. Alright, that's fine. Do we want to go for a rummage? It's still going to hit our Elise, not our Spiderlings, but that might just be kind of what we have to deal with. I think let's just get rid of this one. Alright, so attacking, we actually get the elusive, because, again, any unit that dies, those keywords go on Elise. Oh, and she also got the Ninja Tabby. That's actually probably where it came from. I don't know if they had an elusive before. But yeah, attacking, we'll have the Spiderlings. They'll all have elusive. They can't block. Let's just go ahead and attack, and this should be GG. Nice. All right, Spiderling, 3/3, but I cost 1 more. I think that's going to be worth it. Most spiders, we're not actually playing them. We're just summoning them through different mechanics. So sure, that can be really good. A lot of extra stats. So that'll be excellent. Let's head down here for a shop. We don't necessarily want to get more cards. Although, like, summoning Spiderlings is pretty good. Let's see. When you damage the enemy nexus, grant the top ally in your deck 1/1. I don't think that's really going to matter. Let's try a reroll. Allies of Overwhelm. Sure, just to make sure our Spiderlings get it. And yeah, some of these things like Vile Feast is good. If we weren't trying to get deep, we would probably go for this. But let's try to go for a healer. Honestly, we have... you can't see because my face is in the way. We have half health, essentially, 22. But cutting cards is very important, so I think we're still going to try to do that. Let's get rid of Henchmen. I don't see any time we're going to play this. Let's get rid of that. And we have 26 cards, not too bad. Let's go for the Poppy. Now, Poppy can be pretty rough with her recalls. I think let's get rid of most of this. I like holding on to a stun card, and then the Brood Awakening is not too bad. All right, we did not get our main champion. That's actually pretty terrible. Yeah, that's really bad. We don't have enough to play like our Brood Awakening. All right, opening up with that. Okay. I think we'll go ahead and drop this. And this won't necessarily be the best. All right, we'll go for, yeah, a mark. We want to kill their units, and then having one of our units die to get a spider isn't bad. And every attack we do is still buffing up our spiders. All right, a little annoying, but not that big of a deal. Do we want to go for a Brood Awakening? I think yes. That'll be pretty solid. Just immediately getting a bunch of spiders on the board. Really surprisingly, I'm not dropping Poppy at all. We'll let that one die. This is actually really good. We're killing 3 other units. We're having one of our units we don't really care about die, so we're getting another Spiderling. Excellent. I think since we don't want them to get rid of any of our units again, let's go for a Rummage. We can get rid of these 2. Now, they don't have deep, so they're not getting any benefit from that, but that is a lot of damage. Yeah, we could try to wait, but I think let's just get the damage down. I don't want to get our units getting recalled. What do we want to do with the mana here? Stunning the target, we'll probably want to do that later. I think we'll drop this just so we have a blocker next round. All right, that's fine. Let's... Yeah, hit the Yordlesmith. Keep that one from giving everyone the quick attack.
Swing low, send them sky high. I'll make you proud.
And let's go for the Arachnoid Sentry and stun their Poppy. All right, once again, we should just be able to attack, and that should be GG. Nice. So even without our Elise, still doing okay. Deathless is solid. Barrier is not bad, because with Barrier, when she attacks, she'd give that over to the Spiderlings, and it makes sure that her first attack can be safe. But I think we'll go for Deathless, since that can also hit our Spiderlings. That will be a bit better. And yeah, even without healing up, that was actually a pretty clean Poppy match, which is quite nice. Rush them down, Mystic Meditation, Treacherous Terrain. All of these can be good. I think we'll go for the Mystic Meditation. Since we're trying to draw more cards, we often have them kind of sitting in hand. And so getting them to slowly discount down can actually be decent for us. So sure, but all those actually could be pretty good. Smooth Soloist is good. Going for the healer is also solid. Trying to cut another card. I think we'll try to go for Fleet Admiral Shelley, though, to get a really solid power here. Not bad. Let's give it to these 2. Honestly, hitting deep hasn't been as bad as I kind of thought it would be. Yeah, we'll try to drop our Elise. Always scary dropping your champion first thing, but gotta do what you gotta do. Let's go ahead and attack like this. All right, I was hoping they were going to block and kill one of our units so we could play our Crawling Sensation. Interesting. I guess. Like, okay, if they want to end, that's fine with us, because we wouldn't be able to block these anyways. Like, we could go for an Ezreal, but yeah, I think we're fine. All right, we're deep. I think let's go for a Brood Awakening.
Sounds of prey excite them.
And then we can attack like this. And that's a ton of damage.
From the darkness.
All right, GG. Nice. All right, AI kind of gave up that fight, seemingly. True Shot Barrage, making that a lot cheaper was nice, especially the fact that, like, we'll be able to play this way easier, get our champion if we need it. So yeah, if we don't draw Elise, that can be a good backup. Some of the highest costs, that's just going to be sitting on our deck, and that's going to be like our Arachnoid Host. Yeah, I don't think we want to go for that. Allied buffs except Barrier are permanent. We have some temporary buffs, but I think let's try to do a reroll here. Let's go ahead and do flexible game plan by drawing 2 more cards. Those are then out of our deck, and so we're more likely to hit our deep, more likely to draw our Elise or other cards that we need. Hapless Aristocrat is nice, but again, we don't really want to add anything to our deck. Let's leave and see. So we Honored Lord up there, shop right there. We'll probably go for the Honored Lord. Let's try to get something a little bit better here. Fleeting copy of the last non-fleeting cards you played. This can be okay, but we're drawing so many cards, I think this is just going to fill up our deck too much. So I think we'll go ahead and pass. Shop is nice, but gain more copies. Actually, this doesn't give us more copies, but gain more items on our Elise is really good. Shark Trainer can be a pain, but let's try to go for it. This is okay. Both these True Shot Barrages can count down. They can potentially help us draw our Elise if we don't get her. All right, let's just drop this right here. Try to pull out our Elise, and we'll still have mana for her, which is quite nice. All right, they've blown most of their mana. So we can go ahead and attack like this. And they're still not wanting to block. Interesting. And yeah, we're already deep. That is awesome. Again, they're not wanting to attack. I guess it's potentially because we have the death list and they just don't want to think they're helping us. I guess let's go for the Brood Awakening and just fill out our board. Yep, they still don't want to attack.
Smooth as silk.
All right, let's go ahead and attack right here. Suppose let's go for a rummage. Sure, just to get a epic item. All right, looks great. GG. I guess our Elise has just gotten so scary the AI doesn't want to deal with it. Sure, getting better copies of our True Shot Barrage, not bad. Honored Lord. Shadow Totem is pretty good since we then have two Elises attacking. Both of them are getting Spiderlings, and then one of them will die because it's ephemeral, be revived because of the Deathless, but then we'll get another Spiderling next round because one of the Elises died. This is probably going to be too much, but I think it'll be fun. Now, we could, like, let's take a look here. We have 6 True Shots, so we could cut them and just massively reduce down the cards in our deck. But since we can play a lot easier, and it has the Hero's Horn on it, pretty good backup in case we don't drop our Elise. I think we'll get rid of the Arachnoid Host, where, like, a lot of these different spider cards we almost never play. Like, pretty much these 3. But especially these 2. So let's go ahead and get rid of that card. And let's hit up Fizz. Let's, remove these 2. Have an extra Spiderling, Brood Awakening. Not bad. We got our Elise. Nice. So let's go ahead and drop her here. I guess, yeah, they both also toss, just helping us get that deep even faster. We can actually go for a Rummage here. Let's get rid of Ezreal and get rid of 1 Brood Awakening. So we get an epic item, we hit deep, and we have Rally Banner. This is going to be very good. Yeah, they're going to summon 2 more Spiderlings. Sure, we can let these 2 attack. Hopefully they die. But this is going to be insane. Yeah, we hit deep turn 1. All right. This is going to be GG. This is actually working out better than I thought it would. Oh, man. That actually worked out much better than I was anticipating. It's been a minute since I've played Elise, but she is incredibly good, especially with the 3 stars and having like an actual full build you can kind of try to make work for you. With the Evolve, just this whole build, giving us so many extra stats on our Elise and our Spiderlings is fantastic. And we were actually consistently able to hit deep. I think we hit it every single game. And so as long as you're really playing with that mindset of we need to limit the amount of cards we're adding to our deck, and we're trying to do everything we can to hit that deep, so like getting extra draw cards and effects like that, actually wasn't too bad. Like, I know we were playing the Fizz Adventure, so that gave us a little bit of extra draw as far as drawing a spell. But even there in the last encounter, we hit deep easily turn 1 and could have even tossed a bunch more times if we needed with the amount of Elises we were summoning. But yeah, that was a build that I thought was going to be a little bit more of kind of a meme, but that actually turned out to be pretty solid. So I'm glad I found another person that can actually use the Nautilus Relic. It was a relic that I thought was going to be almost useless on like everyone but Nautilus, but I'm finding a couple people that can actually benefit from it. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Again, if you want to hang out with a bunch of like-minded gamers, there's a link to my Discord down below. But I really hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.